Hello everyone, and welcome to my DIY tutorial on how to make a burp cloth. This is a very simple beginner project. You're only going to need about a half of yard of your front fabric and your backing fabric to make probably, I don't know, you could probably make 4 or 5 of these with half a yard. So it's a very simple project for a beginner. To get started, let's discuss what we're going to need. To make a burp cloth, you're going to need a sewing machine, any type of starch, scissors, pins, thread that matches your backing, an iron. You're also going to need a cutout. What I usually use for a burp cloth is 2 pieces of regular computer paper, just taped together to the size that I want, and fabric. The fabric that I'm going to be using for this tutorial is just a regular quilting fabric for the top, and then a nice fleece for the backing. Before we begin making our burp cloth, I just want to point out that if you hear any gargling or snoring in the background, it is simply my English bulldog Mush. I have tried many times to get her to go into a separate room while filming, and she just does not have it. So she is currently by my side, and I just wanted to make sure that you knew it wasn't like my husband or anything sleeping next to me. All right, let's begin. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that your fabric is washed, dried, starched, and ironed. I've already washed and dried my fabric. However, this fabric is definitely in need of some starching and some ironing. So to starch, you're just gonna take your starch and you're just gonna spray. Then you are going to take your iron. And you are just going to iron out the fabric. Next, you're going to want to do the same thing with your backing. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your top fabric and you want to take the top part and you want to flip it like this. So you want the backing of your front fabric to be facing downward. And then you want to place it over your other fabric. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your outline that you've already made, and you're going to want to place it on the fabric like that. Then you want to take some pins and you just want to pin it down to make sure that it doesn't move while you're cutting it. Okay, now it's time to cut out your fabric. And we are finished. You can remove your pins. What I like to do here is just really quickly go back over both of them together with the iron, just to make sure that they're both laying flat on one another. Now you're going to want to pin each corner of your burp cloth. Okay, and now we're ready to sew. For this, I'm just going to use a straight stitch. I'm going to use a fairly large one. We'll go 8. Let's go. When you get to a corner, you want to keep the needle in your fabric just to hold your spot. Lift your footer and then turn it. And then put your footer back down. And then continue. So we're not going to sew all the way to our beginning spot. What we're going to do is leave about a 2-inch gap so that way we can flip our fabric right side in. Okay, so now we can remove our pins. So this is what it looks like, what we have. And here's what our gap looks like. So I have some extra fabric right here. I'm just gonna cut the corners, maybe cut a little bit of this off, just so that when I flip the fabric right side in, I'm not gonna have any bulging. So this is what it looks like now. Now you're going to flip your fabric right side out. I like to go from corner to corner and just push those out first. I'm not going to show this step, but you're going to want to go back to your first station and you're going to want to iron out your fabrics just to make sure that they're nice and flat. Okay. I'm going to start at a corner now. And I'm going to do a size 4 zigzag stitch. Alright, so when you get to your starting point, all you want to do is just tie the pieces together. I like to do 3 knots just for good measure. Alright folks, so there you have it. We have finished our burp cloth. And this is what it looks like. So as you can see, you can just put it here over your shoulder. It's very simple, nothing crazy. I actually haven't used these too much as burp cloths. I've used these over and over and over and over again for spit up. So constantly I'll have one of these folded like this, just sitting, like whenever we leave I'll put one in my bag, or I'll put one on like his car seat, just like on his lap. That way, you know, I can like any spit up that's on his face. So these are really great to have. I have hundreds of them. Very simple. Great project to start you off. This was the first project that I did, was making these burp cloths, and it really taught me how to sew. Thank you guys for watching my tutorial. I hope you really liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more DIY tutorials. I have a lot more coming for you. Thank you guys. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you soon.